Hi, fourth graders. Mrs. Hinterliter here, bringing you your Chapter 12, Lesson 10, mini lesson. Today, we're going to be adding and subtracting using different measurements. So let's take a look at some of these problems together. Up first, I have 2 gallons and 1 quart plus 3 gallons and 3 quarts. Well, adding, I just need to add these numbers and put my labels. Once we do that, we can figure out if we need to make a conversion. So let's go together. 1 plus 3 equals 4 quarts. And 2 gallons plus 3 gallons equals 5 gallons. Now, if I remember my king gallon, who has 4 queens, I would know that 4 quarts is equal to having 1 gallon. So I can't leave it 5 gallons and 4 quarts. I need to change it. If 4 quarts equals a gallon, then what is my total gallons that I have? Six gallons altogether. I have the 5 gallons from this here, and I have 4 quarts that equal a gallon, giving me 6 gallons as my final answer. Let's try another one. Here I have 3 pounds and 12 ounces plus 1 pound and 8 ounces. Well, again, for addition, I'm just going to add, and then when I'm done, I can figure out if it needs to be converted. 12 plus 8, 8 plus 2 is 10, carry the 1, 20, so I have 20 ounces. 3 pounds plus 1 pound, 4 pounds. So here I have 4 pounds and 20 ounces. I'm thinking back to some of those lessons we've had before, and I know that 1 pound is equal to 16 ounces. So if 1 pound is 16, I have more than a pound over here, okay? But how do I convert that? Well, let's talk about it. If 16 ounces is equal to 1 pound, I want to take 16 away from the 20 that I have. 20 ounces minus 16 would give me 4 ounces left over. And really what I did is I took this, which is a pound, I took it away from the ounces, and I'm going to have to move it over here. So this 16 ounces is being added to my original 4 pounds, making it 5 total pounds. Let's look at that again. When I added 12 plus 8, I got 20 ounces. Well, that is a pound plus a little bit more. I want to convert it so that I have the biggest number in pounds and the smallest number in ounces. So what I did is I took my 20 ounces and I took 1 pound away from it. A pound is 16 ounces. So when I took 1 pound away from the ounces, I added that pound over to the pound column, giving me 5 total pounds. And there were some ounces left over because I had 20, and 20 is bigger than 16. So when I subtracted 16 from 20, I was left with 4 ounces. So my final answer for this is 5 pounds and 4 ounces. Let's take another look at an addition problem using years and months. So here I have 4 years and 9 months plus 1 year and 10 months. So let's all start by doing the addition. Now on a piece of paper or in your head, I want you to add these numbers and tell me what you get. You should have gotten 19 months and 5 years. Now I'm sure each and every one of you were able to do 9 plus 10 to get 19 and 4 plus 1 to get 5. But, I can't leave it like this. 5 years and 19 months, that sounds funny. I can't have my 19 months because I know that 12 months equal 1 year. So if 12 months equals a year, I have more than a year here. 19 is bigger than 12. So I'm going to take 12, I'm going to take a year away from my 19 months. And let me just adjust my camera. Here we go. So I'm going to take 1 year or 12 months away from the 19 months. And I abbreviated this one MON and MO. So they're the same, both months, but 19 months is what I have. And I'm taking 12 away because I know that 12 months equals a year. So I'm taking a year away. When I take the year away in months, I need to add it over here, making this a total of 6 years. I took this year away from the months and I added it to the month or to the year column, making it 6 total years. Now I can easily do 19 minus 12 and I can get 7 months. Making my final answer 6 years and 7 months. Now, I know these can be a little tricky, so let's continue with a couple more on the next page. Here I have pounds and ounces again. So I want to make a note over here to remind myself that 1 pound is equal to 16 ounces, just in case we need that conversion. Now, please notice we're working with subtraction on this page. So I want to be thinking about subtracting 5 pounds and 6 ounces minus 2 pounds and 10 ounces. Now, I know if this was a normal straight up subtraction problem that you cannot take a bigger number away from a smaller number. And that's the same when we do these conversions as well. So I can't take 10 ounces away from 6. So what I have to do is I have to go next door and I have to borrow. This 5 becomes a 4. Because essentially what I'm doing is I'm taking 1 pound away from the 5 and I'm turning it into ounces. Well, I know there are 16 ounces in a pound. So if I took a pound from this column and I want to add a pound in ounces to this column, I need to take the number that I have and I need to add 16 to it. So right now in your head or on a side piece of paper, you can do 16 plus 6. 6 plus 6 is 12, carry the 1, 2. So this now becomes 4 pounds and 22 ounces. Now that I have a bigger number on the top, I can easily subtract 22 minus 10 and get 12 ounces. Great, it's less than a pound, 12 ounces. And I can easily do 4 minus 2 and get 2 pounds, giving me my final answer of 2 pounds, 12 ounces. Let's look at that again, how we borrow. So here I have 8 years and 3 months, and then I flip them, 3 years and 8 months. Well, yet again, I cannot take a bigger number from a smaller number. So what do I have to do? You guessed it, I have to borrow. I'm going to take this 8 and I'm going to make it a 7. I'm taking 1 year away from it and I'm turning it into months over here. Well, I know 1 year is equal to 12 months. So if I took 1 year off of this column and I need to convert it to months, I need to add it to this column. I already have 3 months here, but I'm adding a year. So I need to do 12 plus 3. When I do 12 plus 3, I get 15 months. See how I did that? I took 1 year away from 8 and I gave it 7 years. I took that year and I turned it into months so I can add it to my months column. I know that there are 12 months in a year and I already had 3 months. So when I added those two together, I got 15. Now that I have a bigger number on top, I can easily subtract 15 minus 8 and I can get 7 months, which is less than a year. And I can easily do 7 minus 3 and get 4 years, giving me my final answer of 4 years and 7 months. Last but not least, let's see how this works with time. I have 7 minutes and 18 seconds minus 1 minute and 34 seconds. So, boys and girls, if I have a smaller number on the top, I can't do the subtraction. I need to go next door and borrow. So, I'm going to cross out my 7 and it's going to become a 6. 6 minutes. I'm taking a minute away from that column. Now, 1 minute is equal to how many seconds? How many seconds are in a minute when I go around the clock? 60. So if I take a minute away from the minute column and I have to add it in seconds over here, I know I have 60 seconds in a minute. So I'm going to take the 60 seconds from the minute that I just borrowed, and I need to add it to what I already have. So I'm going to go over here and I'm going to do 60 plus 18. Because again, 60 seconds in 1 minute plus the 18 seconds I already had. 60 plus 18 is 78 seconds. So I can put 78 up top. Now, I definitely have enough seconds on the top to subtract the 34. 8 minus 4 is 4. 7 minus 3 is 4. So I have 44 seconds and 5 minutes. All right, fourth graders, that's all I have for you today for chapter 12, lesson 10. Just remember, if there's more on the floor, go next door and borrow, just like we've been doing in subtraction since you were in first grade. The only difference is now is there's a small conversion that you have to do when you go from minutes to seconds, years to months, or pounds to ounces. Make sure you have these different conversions with you when you're completing your work this week. Have a wonderful week, and I'll see you again soon.